Getting oil out of the ground is the most dangerous job in the world.
What's he saying?
Imagine turning on your TV and realizing that the next big American drama might not be set on a ranch in Montana, but instead in the booming, volatile oil fields of West Texas. Ooh. Well, that possibility is exactly why viewers everywhere are asking one question. Is Landman Season 2 about to become the new Yellowstone?
If that's what they're gonna do to me, God knows what they're gonna do to you.
Today, we're gonna break down why this show has gained so much momentum, what makes its second season such a critical turning point, and whether it truly has what it takes to step into the enormous cultural space that Yellowstone leaves behind. Landman arrived with a clear mission. It wanted to tell a grounded, character-driven story about modern energy empires, about the billions of dollars pumping up from beneath Texas soil, and about the people caught between the promise of prosperity and the weight of consequence.
You better start caring, Monty.
Season 1 made that message loud and clear, and it did so with the force of a show that wasn't interested in subtle introductions. From day one, it was gritty, it was fast, and it was sharply drawn. The oil rigs, the corporate boardrooms, the dust, the danger, the politics, and the complicated human fallout were all very much front and center. Now, that clarity of identity is one of the biggest reasons audiences latched onto it so quickly. But the reason people are talking about whether Season 2 might elevate Landman into Yellowstone territory goes far beyond the setting or the actual look of the show. Yellowstone wasn't simply a hit series, it became a cultural event. It sparked conversations, tons and tons and tons of spin-offs, wardrobe trends, music rediscoveries, social media communities, endless articles, and an entire universe just around the Dunn family alone. For Landman to even enter that conversation, it has to prove more than just strong viewership. It has to show that it can build something lasting, that it can build community. So before we talk about Season 2 specifically, we should acknowledge why Landman made such an impact out of the gate. See, first, it's the creative pedigree that's behind it. Taylor Sheridan has become one of the most influential television creators of this era, and Landman continues his fascination with the American frontier, though reimagined for an era defined by energy infrastructure rather than open plains. Now, his style is unmistakable. You know it when you see it. It's stark, grounded, masculine, but also emotional storytelling. Complex characters who carry heavy contradictions and burdens. High-stakes worlds where every decision ripples through family, land, and legacy. And Season 1 leaned into that energy very hard, and audiences recognized it almost immediately. On top of that, the cast brought some serious credibility. Billy Bob Thornton, in particular, gave the show its true anchor. His portrayal of Tommy Norris blended grit, vulnerability, and steel in a way that made every scene feel very much grounded. When Thornton is on screen, you believe in all the stakes in front of you. You believe in the pressure of the job, the tension of the land deals, the threat of violence, and the strain inside his personal life. Season 1 made clear that this is a character-driven show first, and his performance was a big part of why it all worked in the first place. Season 1 also delivered viewership numbers that shocked even some longtime Sheridan fans. It broke platform records, it dominated conversation for weeks, and it became the most watched premiere of any original on its streamer. And those numbers matter because a show only becomes the new anything if people genuinely show up to watch it. And they did. But here's where Season 2 becomes the real turning point. I want you to hear me out here. Launch success is impressive. Sustaining that success is entirely different. Yellowstone didn't peak in its first season, it grew season after season after season, and it pulled in bigger audiences, expanding its mythology and allowing it to deepen its character arcs. Landman Season 2 has to show that it can do the same. That means raising the stakes, grounding the story even further in real emotion, and giving audiences reasons to keep coming back week after week. Season 2 is already showing signs of being more ambitious. The addition of Sam Elliott brings a powerful new presence, one that fits Sheridan's world like a glove. Elliott joining as Tommy's father adds a generational conflict thread that Yellowstone used so effectively. It lets the story explore legacy, and then regret, and then responsibility through family lens, which is something that viewers of this genre respond to very much deeply. Demi Moore's role is expanding as well, strengthening the show's dynamic female leadership and widening the tension inside the corporate layer of the story. These are the kinds of moves that a show makes when it knows that it needs to evolve and not just repeat what we've seen already. The story itself is shifting in ways that set up bigger drama and bigger stakes. Season 1 introduced us to the conflict-filled world of land brokering and energy development. Woo. But Season 2 appears ready to dive deeper into the human cost and the political web surrounding the world. And when a show explores themes like wealth and exploitation and power and community tension, it sets itself up for long-form thematic depth, something that Yellowstone, as we know, relied on very heavily. One of the biggest advantages Landman has heading into this next season is that it's already formed a pretty unique identity. Sure, it may be compared to Yellowstone, but it doesn't feel like a carbon copy of it. Its tone may be similar because of Sheridan's creative DNA, but the world it inhabits is undeniably modern. This is a show about 21st century modern American power, about energy, about infrastructure, geopolitics, and the desperate chase for fortune in a landscape shaped by machinery and money rather than tradition and cattle. Yellowstone's West felt mythic. We didn't know what that looked like in person. Landman's West feels industrial. That difference helps Landman avoid being overshadowed. And if anything, it positions it as an evolution of the Sheridan formula and not a repetition of it. Still, the comparison persists, and for Landman to become the next Yellowstone, it needs more than energy and ambition alone. It needs impact. It needs to spark conversation. It needs scenes that people talk about the next morning. You remember the term, the water cooler talk? I know we're all hybrid these days, but it still matters. The show needs characters who get stuck in your head long after the credits roll. It needs arcs that evolve into something bigger than the sum of the episodes. And most of all, it needs to show that it can expand its world in ways that feel organic rather than forced. And early signals are promising. The production of Season 2 suggests a deliberate push into broader storytelling. The corporate maneuvering is sharper. The family conflicts are coming to surface. The environmental and community pressures are intensifying. The balance between personal drama and industry-level tension seem more refined and cohesive. All of this matters because Yellowstone succeeded in blending intimate emotion with massive, sweeping stakes, and stakes in storytelling are everything. Landman has that same potential. It just needs to lean into it. Another advantage Season 2 carries is the weekly release schedule. Slow burn dramas thrive on anticipation, and Yellowstone benefited immensely from its weekly roll-up because fans had time to speculate and debate and build excitement for each episode. That kind of release rhythm is exactly how a show builds cultural momentum. It becomes an event. Landman Season 2 is positioned to do the same. The more people talk about episodes, the stronger the show becomes in the long form. It's an obvious formula. Of course, there are challenges. Yellowstone became a cultural phenomenon not just because it was good, which it was good, but because it arrived at the exact moment audiences wanted something different. It filled a gap in television that no one realized existed until it was actually there in front of them. Landman has the advantage of following in that path, but it must also avoid feeling like a follow-up rather than a trailblazer alone in its own right. It must avoid becoming a Sheridan formula show, which some critics already do worry about. The writing in Season 2 must continue refining the show's voice to ensure that Landman's identity remains both distinct and compelling. And the other major challenge is cultural saturation. Audiences now have many Sheridan projects to choose from. Some feel fresh and inspired, while others feel maybe a little less essential. Landman must stand out in that lineup. It can't coast on its creator's name. It has to earn its place through storytelling, performances, and authenticity. So what does this all boil down to? Can Landman Season 2 become the new Yellowstone? Well, it's possible. At least I think so. And the groundwork's there. The breakout Season 1 success, the powerhouse performances, the compelling world, the stronger second season cast, the weekly release model, the dramatic themes that hit home for audiences, all the ingredients are right there in front of you. Now you just gotta cook. But ultimately, a show becomes the new Yellowstone when people connect to it on a level that transcends being just another good dramatic TV show they enjoy. It has to become a habit and culturally important. Season 2 is where Landman has the chance to do that. And the truth is, the show's closer to that threshold than many expected when it first premiered. The next few months will tell us everything, and if the episodes land and the characters deepen and the drama escalates, well then the viewers will become hooked, and the cultural spark ignites, and all of a sudden, you have something truly special. You have something that could absolutely become the new Yellowstone. And here's the thing, television history shows us that every era has a defining drama. A single show that captures a moment, a mood, a conversation, and becomes a series that everyone feels compelled to watch. Yellowstone filled that space for years, and it redefined what modern Western drama could be. But no show holds that crown forever. Audiences shift, tastes evolve, news stories step forward, and Landman stands at the edge of that opportunity right now. Season 2 is positioned not just to continue a successful run, but to claim a cultural lane of its own, and it has the talent, the world, the story, and the hunger behind it to rise far higher than anyone expected initially. So as these episodes roll out, remember that you might be watching a turning point in real time. You might be seeing the moment a show levels up from popular to pivotal. Whether Landman becomes the new Yellowstone or the next Breaking Bad or becomes something entirely different and equally powerful is up to how this season unfolds. But one thing is certain. This is the moment to get on board, and this is the moment to pay attention. Because Landman Season 2 could change everything.